Good morning, everybody. As you guys could probably tell from the title of the video, we are going to get some tattoos today. And because we're going to get tattoos, it is kind of like an adult-themed video because tattoos in general are sort of adult-themed, more so than our normal videos. So I would just kind of suggest some parental guidance on this video. Before we head out there, I did want to show you guys the tattoos that I currently have because I know a lot of people have always wanted to see them. So we'll start out with the first one that I ever got was this one right here. It's just a plain black band around my arm, and it says in Polish, "For the love of music." And that's because I am Polish. My family is from Poland. The next one that I got was this big one right here, which this is two koi fish in the shape of a Pisces. And that's because I am a Pisces. And then there is one is falling down a waterfall and the other one's swimming up a waterfall. And there was a belief that when a koi made it to the top of a waterfall, it would then turn into a dragon and fly away. So that's sort of like, this is the one making its way up to be the dragon, and this one's it's falling back down. And then I got this one on my wrist that says, "This is what you live for," which is pretty old and kind of hard to read now. But that was just as a reminder when I was playing in a band, that I would look at it and be like, you should do the best that you should do. And so I've just been kind of trying to live that way, even though I'm not playing in bands anymore, and I hardly play guitar anymore, but I still try to use this as like a piece of life advice, as like, this is what you're meant to do. And then next I got, this is my robot lady. Yeah, I just liked her.
This reminds me of Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
When he like makes his little girl on his arm dance.
Oh yeah, actually I didn't get this one next. The one that I got next was the robot guy. And this was a piece of flash artwork that I saw on a wall somewhere at a tattoo shop. And I was like, I really like that. And so I got it done. I like it. It's a cool tattoo. And then to go with the guy, I got the lady. And she's coming out of a lotus flower, whereas he was coming out of a cabbage rose. And then to go with them, I got the two robot birds. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a guy and a girl, and at one point there were two animals. Do you guys recognize that from somewhere?
What?
Maybe our logo?
What do you mean?
Me and Jen, and then two dogs.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that? It was me and you, and then Armani and Bandit.
Why wouldn't you get robot dogs?
Well, because I like the birds better.
Okay.
And so now we're headed off to the tattoo shop to get the newest tattoos. And we'll show you guys the whole process. And while I'm off getting tattooed, these two are gonna stay here and keep each other company.
Well, because it's gonna be kind of a long process. There are two kind of like larger tattoos. So I'm gonna stay here with the baby boo.
Now I have to put some lotion on my feet that the tattoo artist recommended. And it's supposed to numb my feet, but it is for hemorrhoids. So I'm putting some hemorrhoid cream on my feet.
All right, so now you guys know where the tattoos are going.
Oh yeah.
On your Fred Flintstone feet.
Hemorrhoid cream going on my feet.
Is that what it does? It just numbs?
Yeah, it's just a lidocaine cream.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and this is the first time I've ever done this for a tattoo because this is just what the tattoo artist said to do.
Well, I guess it's gonna be really painful.
That's what he said. He said this is one of the most painful spots to get, so.
Oh no, because there's not very much, it's just like skin and bones. There's no like fat on the top of your feet.
Right.
Oh man.
Good times.
All right, let me see these feet. Oh yeah, they're all saran wrapped up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's weird.
It is weird.
And now we are at the tattoo shop. Ooh boy, I'm nervous. This is gonna be intense. Can you guys see my artwork right there? Ooh, that is definitely a lot of colors, isn't it? What do you guys think? My feet are no longer gonna be white at the water parks. They're gonna have something on them. So this is Levi. He's gonna be doing the tattooing. And like we're getting ready to start right now.
Right now.
And I'm scared. Because it's been 8 years probably around then since I've gotten a tattoo. I don't remember what it feels like, but we'll see. And apparently this is one of the more painful spots.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Alright, Tim, you ready?
Oh god, yeah.
We're gonna start with a little short one, kind of ease you into it, and we'll get cruising from there.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, I remember that feeling. We barely even got started and you're already moving on to more needles? This This is a bigger gauge needle, right?
This is more for the character. Will be like a larger grouping, heavier blacks, and I'll kind of do some shading with this needle. The first needle we started with for those little tiny little finger wave background things are just meant to be like secondary detail kind of lines.
Well,
we'll be bouncing around a lot. I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I don't work at like very like thin lines, big lines, shading. I kind of am just
all over the place.
All over the place, whatever my mind sees. So.
I'm sure some of you guys are wondering why I went with Pua and Hei Hei, and that's because back in the day, a lot of sailors would get the pig and the chicken on their feet because anytime that a ship wrecked, the boxes or the crates with the pigs and the chickens in them would float. So this is kind of like a superstition or a good luck thing. Also pretty funny because that stuff that we put on my feet worked in some spots. Other spots, I still feel the exact, all of the needles going in, like where you're at right now, I can still feel it. But when you were down lower, doing his hoof, couldn't feel anything.
You hope.
I hope, yeah.
You hope.
Now here's the question. You recommended that I use this Recticare stuff. Have you heard of any other things that people do? Like one thing that I do is I drink apple juice.
For every time you get tattooed?
For every time I get a tattoo, I drink apple juice.
That's good. I mean, definitely people have rituals. I know I have like a little ritual when I get tattooed. But Recticare is just to try to help take the edge off. I mean, not everybody supports it, not everybody likes it, but I mean, feet are a gnarly tattoo area. I'm only in town for a minute. I want to get you through this as alive as possible. I don't want to kill you on the internet in front of all your friends.
But that was something when I do the apple juice, that's because I, for whatever reason, have it in my mind that the sugars will rush to the spot that's being, basically you're attacking my foot with a needle.
I am.
And I felt like the sugars would rush there and numb it. And ever since I got my first tattoo, that's what I've always done.
Yeah, I mean, sugar, so apple juice makes sense, and I actually like that better than people bring candy bars, because I usually get thirsty when I'm getting tattooed, so apple juice is actually pretty smart, I think. I mean, I have clients that come in pillows and blankets ready.
Oh, that's so funny.
They know, make themselves at home, because they're going to be
sitting for a while. You've just started doing the shader, the bigger machine.
Yep.
How many needles are in that?
This one has 11. I have one over there that's going to have 15 in it. And then the bigger liner had 11 as well, but more grouped to a point. And then my smallest liner had 5. Yeah, we're doing big fields now, so definitely this is where the progress will really start to show.
I forgot to show that you started in with the color.
Oh yeah, we've been chit-chatting. We're getting there. No, this one doesn't have a whole lot of color, but we definitely have started.
So let me ask you this. Everybody has a description of what it feels like to get a tattoo. What do you think it feels like?
Licked by unicorns, right? That's the one. No, I mean, hot scratch is pretty good, but every spot's so different on the body that, when I was getting my stomach done, that was, I don't know, man. Sometimes I'll watch tattoos be done and the needles are barely touching the skin, but when I got my stomach done, it just felt like, instead of just like this motion, it felt like it was just like, it just vibrated your core. So a hot scratch is pretty descriptive, I think, normally, but there are those spots where it is like, it's not an annoying feeling, it is an extremely painful one. So you get to sit here and just watch it slowly methodically happen. So it's a weird one for sure, and you don't know what it's like until you get it done, you know. So
it's also interesting to see so much color coming out of it, and then you wipe it away and there's like just a little tiny bit there.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
And then I'll tell everybody this. You were saying that it hurts different, or it feels different in different places. On the very top of my foot, doesn't really feel like much, but where you're at right now is pretty painful, and then over here on the side is real painful.
Oh, well, I'll give a little tidbit of information for you then.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people think that it's the bony areas that hurt. It doesn't really have to do with that. The nerves are in your skin. So even a big dude like me versus a little dude like you, the same tattoo is going to feel the same, theoretically, because the nerves are in the skin. But your nerves bundle at joints. So this is hurting more up here because you have more nerves, and that's also why whenever I'm up here, you're feeling pain in your knee and your hip, and that's why it travels so much, is because this is a bundle of different little networks of nerves that go all over, and your brain wouldn't know what to do with that information, which is why some people say it doesn't help to watch. I think it does help to watch because I feel like it helps your brain make sense of what
like know what's going on.
Yeah. Because or else you'd be like, is he tattooing the back of my calf right now?
And that looks awesome. How far along would you say we are?
75%. Maybe it's between 60 and 75%, I would say. Like we're really going to start coming in and brushing in like most of the tones of his fur. But a lot of him is going to end up being open skin because he's so light.
Yeah.
So we're going to brush in like what I would say his mid-tone is. Then we're going to come in and brush in the lightest tones of water, and then we're going to come back in and brush in the lightest tones of his fur. And then we'll start doing highlights and stuff like that. Right now we're about to get in the hooves though, so we'll just come in with some white highlights, trying to make that nose look right. A couple on the eyes, little shines.
There it is. First one down. Now we get to go on to Hei Hei on the other foot. This looks awesome.
Thank you.
Time for foot number 2. Now we get Hei Hei. I think I showed this process before, but this is almost like this is your drawing that you feed into a machine.
Yeah, we call it a stencil because it's just you feed a line drawing. Usually the black printers have carbon in the black, so you feed it through a thermofax, and that burns the carbon paper with the design. So then you're able to kind of come through and make this copy. Feet are a little bit hard, so you're watching me maybe potentially do a bad job right now because your foot's so caved.
Yeah.
That the paper won't stay flat, but I think we're making it happen. It's gonna be a little blurry, but I drew it, so I better know what's happening.
I was about to say, this is something that you drew anyways.
Yeah.
And so you know kind of where stuff was, and then you'll have the picture for reference next to it.
I will.
And we're off on the second one. It was a quick change right there from the stencil to a lot of the line work done. Getting there. I feel like my feet look so dirty.
Almost there.
Oh yeah, it's looking really good. It's so interesting. Like, I feel like I already said this, but to feel the difference between different areas, because right here, barely feeling anything. Like, it's great. I wish that the entire tattoo could feel like this. But then when he gets up here to the, what do you call that on top of a rooster?
I would honestly have no idea. I'm sad that I don't know now.
When you get up to there, it's very painful. And my like knee starts shaking, or not shaking, but like reacting to the pain, where like I feel like I'm like jerking my foot around. Well, we looked it up. This thing is called a comb on a rooster. So, there they are. If anybody's wondering reference time, this was 6 hours.
Lots of talking. Lots of talking.
These are awesome. Thank you.
Oh, of course, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, now we're back home and tattoos are all done. I wanted to say thank you to Levi for fitting me into his schedule while he's down here. He's actually down in Orlando on vacation. And yeah, thank you, Levi. If you guys are interested in his tattoo work, we'll put a link to his Instagram in the description down below, but just be a little bit prepared. His Instagram is very adult oriented, so I would not suggest kids go to his Instagram, but he does do some really good Disney themed tattoos. Actually, a funny story, because you're probably thinking to yourself, Tim, where did you meet Levi, a tattoo artist from Louisiana? Well, the day that we went to Chef Mickey's, and we'll put a link to that video in the description down below, we were walking out and Levi was like, hey, Tim, from the Outer Rim area of the Contemporary. And I walked over and I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, nice to meet you. And he's like telling me his story about how he's a tattoo artist. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, you know what I want? I want Pua and Hei Hei from Moana, because they are a pig and a chicken, and old school tattoo guys believe that the pig and the chicken were good luck to prevent drowning, because of the pig and the chicken crates were the only ones that would float after a shipwreck. And he's like, yeah, I want to do that. Let's do that. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Let me know when you're in town next. And he did, and we worked it out, and that's how today happened. So thank you, Levi. Thanks for doing the tattoos. They are amazing. These are my new favorite tattoos, and you guys are gonna have something other than my bright white feet to look at when we go down water slides. So all in all, a fantastic day. Lots and lots of pain, but it was worth it in the end. So with that being said, we are off, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.